What happened to the Air Jordan 1? The Air Jordan 1 has a lot of history. There's a lot to be said about the Air Jordan 1, but in this video, we're going to talk about the hype factor, what happened to the Air Jordan 1 market, what is going on with the Air Jordan 1, do people still care about the Air Jordan 1? Is the Air Jordan 1 model dead? Does anybody care anymore? Let's get into it. We have a whole discussion about the Air Jordan 1. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, hit that like button, and make sure you guys subscribe if you love sneakers. Now, the Air Jordan 1 happens to be one of my favorite sneakers of all time. Let me know down below in the comments, how do you like your Air Jordan 1s? Are they one of your favorites? I know they're not the most comfortable sneaker, but they are a classic and iconic silhouette that Michael Jordan did a lot in. Now, the Air Jordan 1. Man, a lot has happened to this sneaker. We've seen this sneaker go from sitting on shelves to nobody really caring too much except for the OG colorways. OG colorways always, for the most part, sold out. There were the exceptions, like maybe some of the Midnight Navy Jordan 1s, any of the metallic pack. Those back would, in 2015-16, would sit. You know, but the bread one, for example, that's a Jordan 1 that would always sell out no matter what and have some resale and hype to it. Well, as time went on, we saw the Jordan 1 go from not really being sought after to some colorways being very sought after and wanted it and selling out, and the hype factor definitely there. And then we saw a lot of Jordan 1s back in 2016, 17. If they were in an OG colorway, they would sit, and they would sit hard. Go on sale. Even you were able to get Jordan 1s at this price point at this time for $60, $70, $80 on sale, when retail at the time was like $160, $170. So you were getting them for basically half off at one point. Then 2020 hit. 2020 hit, and the market completely changed. Before 2020, we had a big collaboration with Travis Scott release, the Travis Scott Jordan 1 High OG Mocha. Now, that sneaker caused a lot of demand, and a lot of people that weren't so much into Jordan 1s come into the Jordan 1 market because of Travis Scott, the hype, of course, the resale factor. Now, that sneaker was reselling at the time when it first released, you know, in 2019 for around, I want to say $700, $800, $900, nothing too crazy compared to what they are now, and as time went on. COVID hits, you know, everything, the whole world changes in 2020, and it took a huge factor into the Air Jordan 1, the whole sneaker market, but the Air Jordan 1 in particular. And this is what happened. We saw every Jordan 1, I should say, completely sell out. I'm talking lows, even mids, which the mids used to be a sneaker that nobody really cared for. If you were not into sneakers, you would go for the mids. If you were into sneakers, you would probably stay away from the mids. That's how it was for so long. Well, mids in 2020 took a big turn and were selling out. Mids, lows, highs, TikTok, you know, social media definitely played a big factor into these sneakers, a huge factor. COVID, everything going on in the world in 2020 played a huge factor. So we saw a lot happen to the Air Jordan 1 throughout time. We saw some Air Jordan 1s that would sell out, that did sell out, that would resell for $200, $220. Boom, next thing you know, they're a $400 sneaker in 2020. The Jordan 1 Obsidian, for example, that was a $230, $240 sneaker. Boom, TikTok and COVID hits, and next thing you know, that's a $450 sneaker. We saw that happen with a lot of sneakers. The Jordan 1 in particular, galore. Right, we saw the market really skyrocket to levels we've never seen before. Right, keep in mind, the Jordan 1 was not selling like this. They were not reselling left and right. Every single Jordan 1 in 2020, 2021 was reselling for money, right? It didn't matter how many pairs were made. It didn't matter what it really looked like for the most part. They were reselling for some profit. There is some profit to be made. Well, as time goes on, right? So we're in 2020, 2021 right now. These times are crazy at this time. These times are crazy. Everything's reselling. Everything is profitable, right? We're seeing all these things move. And then 2022 hits. And that, in my opinion, is when we saw a turn. You know, in 2023, I think we're seeing the turn more now than ever before. It's really happening now. You know, the effect is really coming into a play now, but I think the real cause was 2022, and here, in my opinion, is what happened. There's a few major factors that happened. First of all, Nike upped production, right? We know this. Nike made more pairs of basically every product from this point forward because they were capitalizing on the market. They saw everything reselling. Nike's a business. Of course, we're getting the product from Nike. They're going to capitalize on it. They're going to raise retail. That's exactly what they did. They raised retail. We went from Jordan 1's retailing from $170 all the way to $180 plus tax. So they did raise it $10. And we also saw all these sneakers, you know, be mass produced. They made a lot more stock of every Jordan 1, lows, mids, highs, name it. Unless if it was a collaboration, it was mass produced. Now, as time goes on in 2020, 2021, 2022, we're still getting collaborations. We're getting Ama Manir. We're getting Travis Scott at this time. Continue to get Travis Scott. We're getting all these crazy sneakers. Dior even, right? All these crazy collabs that are selling out during this time. Everybody wants collabs in 2020, 2021 for their Jordans and any sneaker at this point. And in the Jordan 1 market, well, it was just booming. Market was booming with collaborations. 2022 happens, and here's what I think happened. Besides them upping the production, I have to say the colorways. We saw a big turn in colorways. If you guys look in 2019, 20, 2021, they were pumping out really good colorways, I must say. The colorways were much better than what's being pumped out in 2022 and 2023. Colorways played a huge factor, if you ask me, as well as the main factor. The main factor here, of course, is market. Money, right? It comes down to money. Everything going on in the world throughout time, the past few years, has really changed. We've seen the market and just the world change so much that it played a huge factor, of course, into our world, the sneaker world, but in the Jordan 1 world, even more so. We saw the Jordan 1 peak, crazy peaks, and now it's coming down, and it's down. It's down. It's been down for the past year and a half. It's down, right? The Jordan 1s are down. Guys, they're sitting on shelves at this point. We just had a Royal Reimagined sit, right? A reimagined Jordan 1 sitting. We're going back to the market where things are going back to normal, how it was before all this craziness in the world happened in 2020. We're going back to old times. That's what's happening with the sneaker market and, of course, the Jordan 1 world. That's what's happening. Are these Jordan 1s overrated? Yeah. At one time, they certainly were. Overrated. You couldn't get your hands on a Jordan 1 for retail unless you knew somebody, put in a crap ton of work, or just paid to play and you paid over retail. It was not easy. It was not fun in 2020, 2021. Resellers were making a hefty bag off the Jordan 1 and Nike Dunk market. The Nike Dunk market has also dropped. We could do another video talking about the Nike Dunks. If you guys want that Nike Dunk video, let me know by hitting that like button. This Jordan 1 market, man, has done a full 180. We've seen the Jordan 1 go from not being sold out to completely every single colorway, model, design, everything being sold out and reselling for crazy money, to now back to normal where things are back on sale, sitting, more obtainable, and now is the perfect time to be a sneakerhead. And if you're a Jordan 1 lover like I am, there's no better time to be into Jordan 1s and love and cop your Air Jordan 1s than right now. That's the truth. We've seen so much happen with the Air Jordan 1. I love it. I hate it at the same time, what was happening, but now we're going back to things sitting, being obtainable, and people wearing their Jordan 1s. And for those of you that love the Jordan 1 and are gonna wear and appreciate your Air Jordan 1, now is the time to go look and cop your Air Jordan 1s, because we're also seeing market drop. You know, we saw a lot of Air Jordan 1s that were reselling for crazy money that still are, right? But they're dropping in price. They're coming down a few $100s, such as the Travis Scott Fragment High, for example. Those are, you know, worth $3,000, $4,000. They're coming down to around $2,000 now. So we're seeing the market completely change. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Let me know if you guys think the Air Jordan 1 is overrated. Is the Air Jordan 1 overrated? This is what's happened to the Air Jordan 1. We've seen it do a full 180, and I will say this, it will happen again. Keep that in mind. Trends do play back around here in fashion. It will happen again. I believe we will see a surge in the Air Jordan 1. Again, it will take time, but I think it will happen again. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, smash that like button, and make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys get this video a bunch of likes, I'll do a Jordan 1 giveaway. Hit that like button and make sure you guys subscribe. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys join the More family. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. We're always on the grind. We're never gonna stop. We're always dropping that fire. Straight fire. Thank you guys so much for watching. We out.